just saying my name on NL. Yo, you taste me before, G. Stop saying my brother. You don't get to say you.
I'm just saying. Well,
they don't be wanting to fight, bro. I knocked Lil Merch money out like in 2016. This the ones we come around. Everybody get nerves.
So
everybody.
KTS Dre, aka Kutthroat Dreko.
We gon' pull up with them guns, make a nigga run. We gon' pull up with the guns, make a nigga run.
KTS Dre, or Landre Sylvester, was a GD from 75th and Cottage Grove. He was the son of Big Vinny and brother to Lil Vinny and KTS Vaughn, aka Big Kutthroat. KTS, which stands for Kill to Survive, was initially known as Fintown. They have an alliance with the 075 Vice Lords, E-Block Vice Lords, Lakeside GDs, the 073 Woodlawn GDs, Pocket Town, and Moose Block from over east. He first became a GD following in his father Big Vinny's footsteps, and at the time claimed Lakeside. Looking up to Dre, KTS Vaughn soon followed in his path. He, like many other CHIRAQ drillers, was indeed a rapper. In 2015, he appeared in a video, Kill to Survive, with his brother KTS Vaughn.
I remember going crazy with the tape. Had a string, so I put it on my neck. What's a little flex?
And in the video, NLMB Part 2, with KTS Rio in 2019.
With them cappers, can't pull up with them clappers. He was snoozing, he was hanging out with lackers.
Dre will talk mad shit to his ops. His ops were 600, 800, O-Block, Circon City, but overall, NLMB, which is No Limit, who are Black P Stones, and Muskegon Boys, who are GDs. It has been claimed that the infamous war between KTS and NLMB began with the death of Bud and Paris Bassett, aka Lil Pez. Although Pez didn't officially claim KTS, he was loved and respected well throughout the East Side. His mother, Yolanda Bassett, lost custody of him and his siblings, and they went into the care of DCFS. Paris spent about 8 years in their custody before finally being reunited with his mother. But on March 4th, 2008, their bond will be broken forever, and just 2 days before her birthday. As Paris headed down the 1300 block of East 72nd Street, around 11 p.m., one of his ops snuck up on him and shot him directly in the head, killing the 16-year-old instantly. Although no one has been named in this murder, supposedly, KTS Dre was like for it. And ostensibly, from this moment, it was war. One night, Dre and other KTS members brazenly stormed their No Limits turf and entered their McDonald's. Dre walked up on No Lim Cairo and demanded,
say what?
What? Say it. Hey,
ain't no unzipping enough.
Say what?
Say it. Don't be scared, little fuck. Don't be scared, little fuck.
but Cairo stood his ground and refused to say it. And I'm sure you know what happened next.
He like he just broke your jaw, little fuck. What you came out turned up?
Gunfire can be heard as soon as they left the hood. As Dre went live one day, Cairo entered the live and they began to heat about that day.
You just said on live and told her to let her tell you ready to expose Goofy Dude, man, how he be running and doing this, how he be running for y'all, how y'all used to chase him. When y'all ever chased me? Whoever chased me? Whoever chased me, bro? You over east, internet, and the whole east side gonna hit it. Whoever chased me on 79? Or did this run from me? Or did this run from me?
You did get chased.
Who chased me?
You chased shit before and you got your ass chased too.
I chased unlimited shit.
But listen though, you got your ass chased too and you ran.
On this live, Cairo tells Dre,
For you not Superman, folks.
but Dre just brushes it off.
From us, period. Stamp that. Put that on your brother. Anything you never ran from us. And no
Ran from
In
you?
no situations you never ran from.
He has a number of lives where he and his ops have gone back and forth about who would do what and so forth. Now, Faison Robinson, aka G Fazo, was from NLMB. He was known for wearing all white forces so much, many began calling them G Fazos. On April 12th, 2010, Fazo was somewhere around the 2900 block of East 79th Street when he was shot clean in the back. The 19-year-old was rushed to South Shore Hospital, but later passed. Some have alleged that Dre was responsible for the hit, but there's yet to be any proof. Jacoby Heron, aka Kobe, was also from NLMB. On the same video where Dre is seen getting into an altercation with CHIRAQ, Kobe can be seen making his way behind the counter at McDonald's. Ironically, around 4 a.m., outside the McDonald's on the 2400 block of East 79th Street, Kobe took bullets to the head and body. When police arrived, 21-year-old Kobe was already dead. Once again, although no one was charged with the murder, it is presumed that KTS Dre and KTS Vaughn were responsible for taking his life. But the proof has yet to be found. Now, Gregory Jackson III, aka Lil Greg, who like Kobe and Fazo was NLMB. Lil Greg and G Herbo were as close as brothers. In fact, they favor so much they called each other twin. Also, they were both the third male of their generation to possess their names. Although Herb claims to have lost over 20 of his partners, losing Lil Greg would shatter his world. On January 28, 2021, Lil Greg walked into the Studio 19 barbershop on State Street to get a trim around noon. As he patiently waited in the barber chair, one of his ops got the drop on his location. He walked in and executed Lil Greg with a bullet to the face, jumped in a 2010 Volvo SUV, and took off. Greg was rushed to Stroger Hospital, but it was too late. Lil Greg, who sadly would never see 22, had already stopped breathing. Christopher Mosley from Pockettown was pulled over driving the same getaway car and with the 40 cal Glock, and was subsequently taken in. Nevertheless, he was never brought up on a murder charge. KTS Dre has been heard on several lives telling NLMB to go to the barbershop, or that he was going to the barbershop, taunting them about the death of their gang member. Because of this, many felt that Dre slid on Lil Greg, and some felt that he needed to pay for pulling the trigger. Dre even did a live where many felt that he jinxed himself.
Bro, you need to leave the city unless they gonna get you. What?
What? I need to see the barber. That's what I need. I need to see my barber. I got my shit looking up. I don't know nothing about that. All that I'm gonna get you sucker shit. I don't know nothing about that. Sooner or later. Sooner than later, y'all. I'm tired of this shit. Come take me out this shit, cause I can't take it no more. Sooner than later, then you. Y'all be pissing me off with that shit. Y'all been threatening me for 20 years. It's y'all.
One day, in April of 2020, he pulled up to a gas station near South Halsted Street. He parked the white Jag he was driving up next to a pump, and two officers began sweating him. They approached the vehicle and saw a Glock 9 in his lap. One cop reached for the pistol, but Dre threw the car in drive and tried to pull off. The officers finally dragged him from the car and took him to jail for possession of a firearm while on parole from a prior gun charge in 2015. He was bonded out and the judge placed him on house arrest, but granted him 4 hours each Thursday to leave the house for errands and such. But Dre, being Dre, not only moved throughout Chicago, but Wisconsin as well, and was arrested again for violating the stipulations of his bail. According to sources, the time between being bonded out and actually being released is about a 2-hour process, where you've been seen leaving by many other inmates coming and going. His fiance and grandmother showed up to the jail that evening and posted his bail, but he wasn't released until the following day. Dre gathered his belongings, changed his clothes, and headed down to processing, where he once again was fitted for an ankle monitor. There, he met with his fiance and grandmother and headed out of the jail. This will be Dre's final moment shared with his loved ones. As they walked towards their vehicle around 8:50 p.m. that Saturday, 2 cars pulled up. Several shooters jumped out and sprayed him. It was an ambush and a bloodbath. Dre's face and torso was pierced 64 times. One passerby was grazed on the lips, and his grandmother was shot in the knee. Both were taken to Mount Sinai Hospital and listed in good condition, but Dre, who was only 31 at the time, was pronounced dead at the scene. One witness said she thought it was fireworks going off, while another described the event as what sounded like a drum cadence. If this was revenge for Lil Greg, it was gruesome and brutal. Dre's sister seems to think that he may have been set up. NLMB Cairo posted on IG about his recently deceased op. Dre's mom posted on Facebook, "It's sad, I can't give my son a funeral. Not because of money, because of the lack of respect people have for dead people. Growing up in the streets of Chicago may mean that you have to kill to survive. I hope Dre and Vaughn have found each other and that they finally have peace. Rest in peace to all of those who lost their lives."